What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Not So Pro Football Talk. It's Tuesday. I got Spider-Man here with me. I'm a
What's
luchador.
up, guys?
Happy Halloween, everyone. Hopefully, you guys are having a great time. Hopefully, you guys are going to go out there, party responsibly or go trick-or-treating responsibly, depending on your age group or whatever you like to do, whatever you're into. Me, personally, I'm probably just going to do a little bit of cardio after this and probably watch some scary movies with my new wife.
Woo!
But after we set up our waiver wire priorities, okay? That's number one priority right now, okay? It's putting in the waiver wire on who to pick up, and that's why we're going live here on Halloween. Isn't that right, Reed?
That is correct, sir. We are all about the waiver wire. You live and die by the waiver wire. If you cannot win on the waiver wire, you fail at the end of the playoffs. You got to live. You got to be on the top of the waiver wire.
Oh, geez, how embarrassing this.
There we go.
Awesome. Then when we got Window Locker says Merry Christmas. What's going on, dude? Appreciate you guys here. Like I said, this is one of our live videos, so feel free to start asking us questions. We have a lot to take in after week 8. We've gone through so many injuries. We have some snap percentage changes that we're going to talk about. So I guess that's one thing we could, swing the bat on first is, hey, the Carolina Panthers, what's going on with them? You have Miles Sanders, who was not on the injury report, right? And he's out there not getting the majority of the snaps. It is Chuba Hubbard who got 69% of the snaps and the majority of the carries. I think that's something we do have to look out for. And I think Miles Sanders is someone we actually have to go out and trade now while we can. I see Reed trying his hardest reading the comments here.
No. I'm doing fine. Don't worry about me.
Okay. Armando says, congratulations, AJ. Hey, thank you so much. I know I've been out for a while. That's because I was getting married this past weekend. So I did take a leave of absence for a bit, and now I'm back. Fantasy football, my favorite topic to talk about. I'm just looking at myself here in the reflection. This is just kind of like wild, and people are still asking us questions like we're not looking weird live on our channel here, Reed.
No, but we never look weird.
Window says Hunt or Ford this week. Honestly, I'm not in a position to start either or. They are going up against the Arizona Cardinals, so you do want to try to start one of those running backs. Personally, I don't like either or. This is going to be a backfield that you'll be sharing. If I absolutely had to pick one, I think I want to go with Hunt if it's a PPR league, just because he will get those receptions and Ford will not. So there's my answer there.
Spider-Man agrees.
Kyle Singer says trade Lamar and Devontae Adams, Mixon, and Gus Edwards. I lose Lamar. Oh, okay, so he's losing Lamar. He's going to gain Devontae Adams, Joe Mixon, and Gus Edwards. Here, I don't have a lot of value when it comes to Gus Edwards. It is still going to be a running back by committee out there in Baltimore. But, still, some depth, and I get it. Devontae Adams and Mixon for Lamar doesn't sound too bad, just depending on who your quarterback is. But right now, the way Lamar is playing, if you're looking for playoffs, you're going to want to keep Lamar on your roster. I wouldn't like to give him up, especially Devontae Adams. He did not get traded, but he is not happy at all. We saw Jimmy Garoppolo not complete a single pass to a wide receiver in the first half, which that is just horrible, right? As far as the Cincinnati Bengals, we do see them getting their act together. So I like that. Overall, I would like to have Devontae Adams and Joe Mixon, but I'm not willing to let go of Lamar Jackson at this time. He's just way too productive, especially you guys start thinking about playoffs now. And Reed, I think I'm about this close just to ripping this mask off.
No, AJ, my mask is so much worse than yours. I don't understand why you're being such a drama queen right now.
I don't know. If I'm not in a ring, I don't feel it, man. Omardo says, who should I start? Palmer, Higgins, or D. Johnson? Here, you saw the ball get passed around a lot in the Cincinnati game with Jamar Chase and Tyler Boyd the majority of the time, right? So I'm going to stick away from Higgins. I've never been a Higgins fan, and I'm going to continue sticking with my guns. Palmer didn't have the greatest game at all, but he is still a good person to have on your roster. I want to go ahead and go with Johnson. He's been back for the past 2 weeks, and he's already demanding his targets. I know we have the injury with Pickett. I know we have I can't do this. I'm gonna I'm gonna take this off.
AJ,
Oh man.
it's Halloween. I
Ugh.
can't believe this guy right now.
Whew. Okay. I had to take that off. Sorry, you guys. Putting the hat on. We're getting serious now. Oh my goodness. I couldn't take myself seriously. I'm going Johnson for sure. This guy for back-to-back weeks. This guy's been out there. He's demanding the targets, even with Mitch Trubisky going out there being the starting quarterback. This is the wide receiver one, and it's clear. You got to go Johnson. Got to go Johnson. He's going to for sure give you the 12 points that you need. Here I am thinking that you're talking about a flex position.
I would also go Deontay Johnson.
Kyle Singer says, I'd stream QB. I lost Chubb and Dobbins 3 and 5. Need to do something, and I didn't. And didn't Gus Edwards go off? Gus Edwards did go off.
Yes,
Yes.
he did.
Yes, he is going to be getting the majority of the first, second, sometimes third, right? And the only way Justice Hill will be liable inside a fantasy football team if it's in a PPR league. He gets his points off of receptions.
Yes.
But you got to ask yourself, right? Gus Edwards, is that a guy who you're willing to start every single week? Is he a must-start guy going forward? And through my eyes, I don't think so.
Depends on the matchup.
Yeah, it depends on the matchup, but if you're really trying to make some moves, that's good. You're going the right direction. I would try to get more of a reliable player than just Devontae Adams, who's on that horrid offense. Joe
Yes.
Mixon, who's starting to pick it up, right? And then Gus Edwards. There, I see 3 question marks. When I see Lamar Jackson, I see a must-start QB, an elite QB, a top 5 fantasy quarterback that you start every single week. I don't like trading certainty for uncertainty. You're thinking the right way, but
Try to get a little bit more.
exactly, and not necessarily more, but just a little more comfort, right?
Yes.
We're just going with those guys.
Devontae Adams is a big name right now. He's not a big fantasy player.
Correct. Israel says, got a good fantasy dub. Hey, man, I keep tracking all of the fantasy leagues. Good for you, Israel. You're really turning up. Good luck for the rest of the season. Kyle says, but my team is Lamar, Madison, Ford, Smith, Michael Thomas, and Gabe Davis. Ooh, wow. That is
Okay. I
okay.
understand more why he wants to do this trade.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He's crying out here. It's Halloween, dude. Come on. Get yourself together. We're in this.
I would, if I were you, there has to be more people that are in your league that would be interested in Lamar Jackson. Have a bidding war start, man. Have a bidding war.
Exactly. Go out there, try to make trades with every single person in that league. It doesn't matter how ridiculous the trade looks. You go out there and you try to make a trade happen. Just see what your options are. Don't be stuck to one guy. Ray says Jordan Love or Sam Howell. I got kind of busted up with Jordan Love for the past few weeks. I did say he was a buy low candidate. I liked him going forward. Now there's the uncertainty. Reed, you're the Packer guy here. Let's hear it, man.
Sell everything on the Packers offense. It is absolutely horrible, hot garbage right now. I have faith that it'll eventually work out moving forward, like down the stretch. But I don't have faith that it's going to get worked out anytime soon. I wouldn't start anybody on this Packers team. So somehow is going against the Patriots defense. I think it's a good streaming option this week. I would not do Jordan Love against the Rams.
Sam Howell, 3 weeks in a row that he's getting 17 plus points. That's definitely someone you want to keep an eye out. Stephen L says, start Osborne or Hollywood full PPR. This is what I'm worried, right? We just got news that the Cardinals sold or traded their guy, Joshua Dobbs, the quarterback, to the Minnesota Vikings. I'm extremely afraid of that. You want to keep Hollywood because once Kyler Murray comes back, this guy is going to pop off. I don't like KJ Osborne as of right now. I think I'm going to bite the bullet and I'm going to go ahead and stick with Hollywood. it's going to be a messy offense, but full PPR. I'm going to bet that Hollywood gets a little bit more targets than KJ Osborne, because I just said it right there, right? Minnesota is going through the same thing, switching out quarterbacks. They just lost him. It doesn't look like they're going to start Nick Mullins. Are they going to start Jobs right away? I don't think so, right? They were probably going to start that rookie.
Yeah, they're starting the rookie this week, and Dobbs will back him up for in some way. And then moving forward, they'll go with the rookie if he's good, but Dobbs is there for the insurance. Hey, you got somebody who's been through the league already this season.
Yes, 100% for sure. It says happy Halloween, fellas. What's going? Happy Halloween, man. Be safe out there if you are going out tonight. Um, do what you need to do responsibly. Colin says 10-4. That's a great idea. Heck yeah, man. Good luck out there. And I know it's pretty rough with some of these guys. Notorious TBG says bear down, 7-1 still ain't bad. Hey, 7-1 is still great for fantasy football. If you're 7-1, you're doing something right.
Yep.
So congrats to you. Keep on grinding, keep hitting the waiver wires. There's still some guys that you want to pick out there this week. I know it's a pretty scarce week. But it is what it is, and you gotta look out for injuries. Window Locker JP says, I have Pollard, Hunt, Henderson, and Edwards. Which two would you play? I'm hurting this week. Definitely remember that. Okay. It says, I'm definitely starting Pollard. I'm not afraid of that. Darrell Henderson, I'm kind of skeptical because he's sharing that backfield 50-50.
Yep.
Gus Edwards, man, this is tough. Here I'm going to look at matchups. Okay, so the Browns are going up against the Cardinals. We could see them running the ball a little bit more. We see the Rams going up against the Packers. We could possibly see them running the ball a little bit. And then for the Baltimore Ravens, they will be going up against the where do I have them at? Against the Seattle Seahawks. So I probably won't do Gus Edwards. I think Hunt and Henderson's probably a little more likely to get more production. And they're all sharing that backfield. I think I have to go with Hunt here.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Cool. Israel says, hey, AJ, remember you said my team is a C average team? Yes, I do remember saying that. But that was just a horrible draft. I'll stick by my guns. Hey, I'm saying good for you, man. You're getting the wins out there, so keep it up. Good job. Windows says, I can grab Hubbard to add to my list, to add my last question. 100% you got to grab Hubbard. 100%. We're seeing the trend, right, that Hubbard is getting more and more snap percentages, more rushing attempts, just getting more involved in that offense. It may not be a pretty offense, but Chuba Hubbard is taking Miles Sanders' job. That's what it is. So you want to get Hubbard, and I'll throw that up there. If you could start Hubbard, I gotta see who they're going up against. If it's a super tough defense, I wouldn't even bother. They're going up against the Colts. I think I would try it out. I said, why not? Right? Because if the trend continues, then he's going to be taking 70% of that backfield. And if he does, you're going to be looking not too bad with Pollard and Hubbard in there. Big E says, I didn't know Spider-Man was coming in today.
I'm always here, man. I'm just usually playing my alias. That's what you call it. Reed McCall. That's what happens.
Israel says, I mean, I'm 6-2. It's looking really good right now for a C average team. Right now it is. Hey, sometimes, matchups are in your favor. Matchups were not in my favor in the Go League, but now I'm in playoff. I'm in playoffs now. Big E says the Raiders offense might be worse than the Packers. What do you have to say for that one, Reed?
They beat us, so I mean, I don't know. The Packers offense is just not producing on all levels at all. I mean, the past 6 games or 4 games, we've gotten 6 points in the first half. That's atrocious, terrible. I would say they're both absolute garbage.
It's really bad. But I do have hopes for fantasy purposes that the Packers do pick it up and they got something going.
You have to hope.
I have to. Caleb says Spider-Man. the correct way. F in the chats for Big E. But going back to what I was saying with Chuba Hubbard is an ideal guy if he's out there, if he's available, because he's really not available in a lot of leagues right now. I don't have the exact percentage right now. I'm getting it as we speak. But Chuba Hubbard is currently owned in 64% of rosters, right? So it's going to be a little difficult to find him out there for the waivers, but this is some guy that you want to get. This is the trend that you're seeing, right? In week 6, right before the bye week, he took 77% of the snaps with 19 rushing attempts, and that was with Miles Sanders barely coming back with an injury, getting re-injured. They go on a bye week. They come off the bye week. Chuba Hubbard takes 67% of the snaps and 15 rushing attempts. How many targets did he have? He had 2 targets. So this is definitely a guy that you want to go look out for. Actually, want to look at these guys' games here and how they did last week. I'm a stat guy, and last week or this past Sunday I didn't have uh, a lot of time to go out there and look at these stats and compare them. But right here, you're looking at I'm on the wrong team. Right here, you're looking at Chuba Hubbard with 15 carries, while Miles Sanders had two
Yep.
carries.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good.
No.
So if you have a chance to go out there get Chuba Hubbard, go out there and get him. I have to see if he's available in any of my leagues, which I don't think he is. But you want to go out there, you want to start this guy. Would you flex D Johnson or Joshua Downs? Chase wide receiver 1 and Puka wide receiver 2. I think Joshua Downs is like a must start wide receiver going forward.
Yes. He's going to be consistent for you unless the Colts just drop a deuce on the field. Downs is going to be a guy who can get you 10 plus points easy.
For sure. Johnson's not a bad option either.
No,
if you have all those guys, I'm really worried about Puka, right? We've seen inconsistencies when it comes to the wide receivers for the Rams. 2 weeks ago, it was Cooper Kupp. He had 7 targets, but only had 2 receptions. This past week, it was both of them, Kupp and Puka, but we did see Kupp with 10 targets compared to Puka at 7 targets, and they're still not getting the completions down. So I'm going to say it's strictly due to matchup on how you will start these guys. Like, for instance, this week, the Rams are going up against the Packers. I wouldn't mind starting these guys. But going forward,
now that we don't have Douglas,
especially now that they don't have Douglas, that is a huge hit. But hey, man, that's football, right? It's a business. But Josh Downs, definitely a guy that you should be looking to start here on out, especially in that flex position. I don't think it's any question asked, but Johnson should have himself a good rest of the season as well. Biggie says, I'm getting Hill off the waiver. Should I sell Andrews and Adams to get a better wide receiver? I'm not going to jump the gun just yet. Okay. I know Hill is very intriguing right now, just because he's had 3 games consecutively with 20 plus points. It is absolutely insane. And that happened right after the bye week. So is their new offensive system? They're not quite using Kamara just as much as they were before the bye week. But right now, Tyreek Hill, this is what I don't like. He doesn't get targets, right? He's not a tight end, which we all know that, right? He's not getting the targets. He's stealing touchdowns from running backs. So he got 2 touchdowns last week, and he throws a couple of passes. But the thing is, we talk about Taysom Hill every single year. We have to. It's like a must for fantasy football. But the thing is, we don't know when he's going to turn that switch back off. He turns it on, and it stays on for a few games, and all of a sudden, it's just gone. Do I see Hill going off for the rest of the season? I really don't. It's so hard for me to believe because we've been busted for the past three years or more, or I'm not willing to just like, you know what? I got Hill. I'm selling Andrews and Adams to go get someone else. I'm not willing to jump that far.
Yeah, Hill is going against the Bears next week, so I think that could be this next game a good game for him. But going forward, I will not start Hill week to week.
This is for you, Reed.
Dizzle says, OMG, it's Peter Parker. OMG, it's freaking Spooderman, dude.
Oh, you guys are wild.
This is my guy.
I know Dizzle's your guy. I hear it. You talk about him all the time, on stream, off stream. You just talk about Dizzle, dude.
He was supposed to be at the wedding. I was looking for him.
He did show up. He did show up. I don't know what's going on. He didn't want to be there.
Can't believe
It
it.
is what it is.
All right, Dizzle says Dizzle squad put up 200 this week, 4 points out of the most points in the league, 4 for 4. Hey, he's been climbing back, man, ever since he started watching. I think he was like at 2-4 or 1-4 when he started watching, and now
Oh
look at
my
him,
god.
the NSP effect, four
I
for four, four and
we're
four.
the 4 for 4.
Yeah,
The 4 for 4.
yeah. But
I
yeah, I
saw
saw that 200 points. I saw it on the Discord. Dizzle, very very nice.
I saw something the other week on our Discord. I think it was from like Stivers or one of our subscribers. Where here it is. He said, "I started 0. It was Stivers. I started 0-5 in the main league. I'm 3-0 since then. All part of the plan." And this is a guy who started watching us 3 weeks ago. So heck yeah. And I'm not want to be like, oh, it's because of us. It is what it is. But that's awesome. I
Because
like seeing that kind of stuff.
it's us.
You're still out there, Reed.
He says, JJ, your name is now JJ. AJ. How
Oh,
was the wedding, boss man?
in my eyes, the wedding was really fun. I had a great time, and honestly, it was a lot more than what I expected. It was honestly super super cool.
I don't know if you watched yesterday, but I did tell him the wedding entrance that we did, AJ.
I did watch yesterday, so thanks for sharing with that. You're like, I don't think AJ would mind. I definitely did not, but it was super fun.
Dizzle says, I was there in spirit.
Big E says, "Why didn't we live stream the wedding? Come on." I was tempted to. These guys afford me not to do so, but
Me?
yeah, you're.
You said that you're not ghetto, AJ. That's why you said.
Oh no, I said that for a Facebook live stream.
Oh, okay, okay.
Facebook live stream. Go ahead.
3 game win streak, NSP in my veins. I love that. NSP is in your veins. AJ better have been iced out. He was iced out. I saw 2 chains on him. He was looking cold. Oh, his suits. Whew, it was nice.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to get those pictures in, especially the NSP picture that we took.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was a little out of my comfort zone. I had a gold watch on. I had the Cuban underneath my original chain that I always have. So yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun. Pretty cool.
Think I got to see how this week plays out with practice, but pick 2 PPR, Addison, Hollywood, Spears, Hunt, and London. I think you got to go Addison. Even though Kirk Cousins is going to be hurt and we don't know what's going to be happening, Addison is looking absolutely incredible out there. He is the main target for the Vikings, and he torched Jair Alexander last week. So I definitely think Addison could be a good start here. AJ, what do you think about that? Me saying Addison there.
I don't mind it when you're looking at these guys that he has out here. I don't like this situation. I don't like it whatsoever. Addison, I think you have to throw in there. Hollywood, I feel like you have to do the same because Spears, he did see a little bit of less attempts as far as the running back position. Hunt, same thing. Now that Ford's getting healthier, and London, he just went through a QB switch as well. He had, believe, like 10 points for fantasy, and now he's going to Taylor Heineke as a quarterback. So I think I have to go with Addison and Hollywood here, the only two starters uh, through my eyes.
Yep.
So I completely agree with you.
Cool.
Big E says, Reed forgot about the sell high and buy low on the spreadsheet. Tell me about some.
I didn't forget. It was midnight and I had to go to sleep, all right? Somebody called in at work. I had to go in very early in the morning. I couldn't do it. I'm sorry, guys.
Man, yeah, the sell high and buy low guys. This week is going to be kind of rough, right? Well, number one, I mean, do I really want to announce it here? Or do I want to announce it in the video that we'll be releasing Friday? Right?
Oh. Well,
Nah,
he's gotta start selling low and buying high now. You know.
correct. So, number
Oh,
one that you want to go out there and buy super low on is Javonte Williams, the running back for the Denver Broncos. This is a guy that didn't have a big role, that got injured, that started sharing the ball. Then all of a sudden, he comes in and he takes the complete workload in that offense, right? So you want to go out there, you want to go buy some of him, you want to go out there and buy Deontay Johnson from the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm not the biggest fan of their offense, but this guy is the clear cut wide receiver one. I'm not going to worry too much on the quarterback right now. I feel like they swapped the same guy, right? I feel like it's the same rotation, same type of quarterback that they're going to have to funnel through um, Pickens and also Johnson. So those are two guys that I'll definitely go out and seek for as of right now. I'm still having hopes for Aaron Jones. I'm not going to buy him just yet. If you could buy him cheap, I would do so because right now he shouldn't be too much.
yeah.
It says, nice Spidey, Reed. You got some fans out here.
That's my mom. My biggest fan. Dizzle says Laporta potty on bye. Not gonna drop Chabernet or Chabonet or however you say his name until Sunday. Think I'm gonna go with Everett this week. Opponent has Herbert. Ooh, Herbert looked good last week. Very good.
He did. I'm not. Man, this is tough. Um, as far as tight ends,
Everett's a
yeah.
good option.
I'm sorry.
Everett's a good option.
Everett, they're both good options. I'm just trying to see who would actually be the the guy that you want to put in there. I think I'll have to go with Everett here, just because it is a pass heavy offense. You do have Keenan Allen out there, and of course everyone knows the injury of Mike Williams. Palmer didn't produce. Quentin Johnson is not that guy. So who else is he going to be passing to? It's just going to be funneling through Keenan Allen and Austin Eckler. I think Everett will be that go-to guy whenever they're in tough situations. So I'll definitely go with Everett here. Search and Kill says on flex, I have Chris Godwin and Jordan Addison. Who should he put in there? I think you have to stick with Addison. He is the wide receiver one. We could see the Vikings struggle here. So towards the end of the game, where a lot of people might call garbage time, I think this is the guy like they're going to be throwing it to like hardcore, just force feeding him that ball. We weren't very impressed with Baker Mayfield, especially last game. I'm not going to put that risk on there again. I'm going to go Jordan Addison here. Reed, what are your thoughts?
I'm actually going to go Chris Godwin here. Chris Godwin has looked really good last week, and he's going against the Texans this week, which is a good matchup in my opinion. I would go Chris Godwin. I do like Addison. I think he's a great wide receiver, and he's definitely going to get targets for sure. There's just such a question mark around Addison in my opinion. Um, I will not start him until Dobbs is the quarterback, unless I just don't have a better option. And I think Chris Godwin is the better option in this scenario. If Kirk Cousins was healthy, I would go Addison, but I'm going to Chris Godwin here.
All right. Not bad. Not bad.
Dizzle says, I got some panda dunks coming tomorrow. Got them for retail. Hope they feel good on my feet. I love that Dizzle just comes in with the life updates. I love it. We want to hear all that stuff. We're all about it. Dizzle says, Logan Thomas and McBride on the wire, but Prob's going to get bid on.
100%
Yeah.
McBride's going to get bid on it.
Yes, he is.
People are going to go out there pretty high on this guy, which they should. I think McBride is definitely one of the top waiver wire picks as all the players for
Yes.
this week. Just because you have some major tight ends going on by, right? You have George Kittle going on by. You have Sam Laporta going on by. You also have who else is on bye week this week? Um, I
Broncos are on
the
a bye week.
Broncos, which I'm not too worried about that. There's another team, but the main two teams were the Niners and the Lions. So definitely you want to go out there and get McBride. They are going to put a heavy price on him. How much do I think they're going to put on there? No more than I'm depending on your league. I can't really say, but yeah, I would still put a bid on him if you can. Whatever you feel comfortable with. If you already have thoughts that you're not going to get them, put the bid on there anyways. Put a bid on those other guys as well as the minimum. Hope your league minimum is $1. That would be brutal if it's not. Big E says, yesterday I asked Reed about Bijan. What do you think, AJ?
Well, do
So
you not
Bijan,
like my advice, Biggie? What the heck is going on here? You not trust me, man?
I didn't get to that part, Reed. What did you have to say about Bijan?
I forget what I said yesterday.
Oh my goodness.
I said you shouldn't worry. I think he was trying to sell on Bijan. If I remember correctly, he was not feeling confident on Bijan. I think he's going to be good towards the end of the season. They're definitely going to fully integrate him 100% into the offense. If I remember correctly, off the top of my head, he did not have the greatest week last week. Not a horrible week like he had the one carry type of game, but he definitely didn't have too good of a game this past week. So he's a little worried, if I remember correctly. But I'm cool with keeping Bijan on your team. Don't sell on him.
He says he has to get the best of both worlds. So here are my honest thoughts with Bijan Robinson and the Atlanta Falcons. I don't like anything that the Falcons are doing. They finally did one thing right, and that is sit down Desmond Ridder. I don't think it's entirely Desmond Ridder's fault. I just felt like they didn't know what they wanted to do with him. Did they want him to be a Lamar Jackson? Did they want him to be a pocket passer? Did they want him to be a hybrid like Patrick Mahomes? They just couldn't figure it out. They have weapons to make things happen. They just could not do it. So now with Tyler Heineke out there, he's more of a traditional pocket quarterback. So you're going to see a little bit more out of Bijan Robinson. I'm expecting a slight increase in production fantasy wise for Bijan and also rushing attempts. Honestly, if they want to get the ball rolling, they got to get this guy involved in the running game. This guy is averaging 11 rushing attempts a game, which is not enough for a guy that you took in the first round. And he got 11 rushing attempts this past game with 5 targets. I love the 5 targets. That's how he's getting his points. But this guy, get him involved in the red zone, get him involved a little bit more, get him 6 more rushing attempts. And this dude is going to be a top 15 fantasy running back rest of the season. So I'm not worried. Like I said, I think his production increases this slightly, but I'm not freaking out on Bijan. If I was in a league, you just reminded me, I'm going to go out there and try to pick up Bijan on the cheap. This is an excellent buy low candidate, in my opinion. I had him on buy low a few weeks ago. Then people were like, oh my gosh, he only had one snap. He didn't play the game. How is he a buy low candidate? I'm like, hey, man, let's not freak out, okay? This is still Bijan Robinson. This is the guy that they drafted very highly. And this is still an offense and a coach that's still trying to figure it out, trying to see what works. It's like saying you're going to have I don't know how to put this analogy in there. You have a freaking Ferrari inside your 6-car garage, and you're going to consistently go out there and race in your cheap Mustang? No, I don't think so. Right? Eventually, they're going to figure it out and start using the Ferrari a little bit more without breaking it. So I'm not freaking out on Bijan. I'm actually going to try to get Bijan. I think he's going to be pretty darn good late season.
I like it. Dizzle says, AJ, what's up with the Niners, bud? Anywho, remember, it's not a marathon. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
You're absolutely right, Kevin. And the only thing I could say is that the Niners are playing like absolute garbage. I have no excuse for them any longer. I could blame on the inexperience with Brock Purdy, but you know what? If you become a one-dimensional offense, if you're forcing Brock Purdy to throw the ball for 2 straight quarters with no rushing attempts, you're going to see Brock Purdy throw interceptions. You're going to see defenses catch on. Is it Brock Purdy's fault? Yes, he still has a lot to learn. Is he still a quarterback that I want to move forward with? 100% yes. I don't look at just the negatives. I look at the positives as well, and he has a lot of positives. Defensively, we're not playing. We are not playing defensive. You could blame defensive coordinator, which I do, but it doesn't all go to him. I'm going to blame a lot on Nick Bosa. He's getting paid as a quarterback. He is jeez. He's getting paid as a quarterback, and he has not done anything. He's put up a lot of pressures, a lot of QB hits, but dude, you're ranked 58th in the league as far as a defensive player, and you're the highest paid player non-QB in the league. You need to do more. You need to do more. So we just got to step it up. We got to figure out who's performing, who's not performing, and make some big time decisions. KJ says, should I drop Dante Foreman or Roshan Johnson for Fournette full PPR? Are we buying in on Fournette?
I'm not. He's just signed to the practice squad right now, and I definitely believe he will get elevated eventually, but I don't know, man. Even if doesn't get elevated, I just don't believe he's gonna for sure see any snaps. I would not pick up for that yet.
Oh, something smells good. I need to make something. Oh, never mind. I know what she's making. It's chicken and broccoli. Yeah.
Ooh,
But yes, one, why do you have both Dante Foreman and Roshan Johnson? That's I'm concerned there. Fournette, he's going to step into that team. He's going to step into that Damian Harris role. Right now, currently, Damian Harris is injured. So when he wasn't injured, you saw Cook, Harris, and I even forgot the guy's name running that backfield with a 3-man back. That's all Fournette's going to do. He's going to bleed into that rotation. I'm not saying he's going to take the cake away from Cook because he's not. Will he be playing a role? Absolutely. Is he a guy that you need to have on fantasy? I'm not jumping that gun. I'm not ready to buy in. That's not me. But if you want to take that, I would probably drop Deontay Foreman.
yeah. Dizzle says, Dizzle got the 4080 for my PC. Sheesh. COD coming out this week. 1440p season with mad frames. About to smoke fools in COD. Dizzle is so back. Hey, good for you, man. That is crazy. That is an expensive PC you got there, buddy.
I definitely have to upgrade my PC. It's been a while. I've had it for like 7 years.
Yeah.
I need to update
Somehow yours still runs better than mine, though. It's crazy.
it. John Hernandez Gluten says, as a Bijan owner, what's a respectable buy low offer? Obviously, assuming there's a top 12 option coming back to me. So if you're trying to get rid of Bijan, you're like, you know what? I'm tired of worrying about this guy every single week. I just want out of him, but I want to get my money's worth. This is where you're at. So what should you look out for? You should not allow anyone to buy low from you. Okay. So this is a channel that's trying to make the best scenario for you. Someone out there will buy high on Bijan Robinson. If you don't have Bijan Robinson and you want to buy a sleeper, go out there, buy low. But if you have Bijan Robinson and you want to get your money's worth, don't accept anything lower than like Devontae Adams. To be completely honest with you, I'm not with it. I'm not with getting someone like Deontay Johnson or a Williams or even a Jameer Gibbs. Once Monty comes back, you're going to see that huge drop off when it comes to Gibbs.
Yes.
Go get someone who you're able to go out there and start consistently every single week. Try to go out there and get an injured James Conner. Try to go out there and get a Mike Evans, right? That's someone that's not everyone's talking about, but someone who's kind of under the covers that could definitely start in a flex position every single week. No one from the Packers. KJ, you said it earlier. I'm just going off by your
For
advice.
sure, for sure.
KJ says, should I hold on to Devontae Adams or try to trade him away ASAP full PPR? So I do my research a lot, and a lot of these experts are saying that they're predicting Devontae Adams to be a top 10 wide receiver for fantasy the rest of the season. I find it very hard to believe, right? Obviously, the professionals were never 49ers fans in the Jimmy G era. So I'm not falling for it. I think Devontae Adams will hold a lot of value. I definitely think he will continue to be a target machine. He does get the most targets out of that team, which is very good, but this is a different scenario. I would definitely try to trade him away. I wouldn't trade him for low. If you can't get anything elite, I wouldn't trade him at all. But you got to let him start getting the ball rolling. You got to find easy defensive matchups for Jimmy Garoppolo. It was just horrible. I saw this dude drop back looking at Devontae Adams' way the whole time, and it was like, F it. And it was like, oh, it came all short. He got intercepted. It was very bad.
Very, very bad.
Big E says Kyler Murray should be back by week 10, right? Because Hurts is on that bye. Hurts is on bye that week.
He'll definitely be back by then. There's a chance he may play this week. Definitely week 10, I believe he will be playing.
Yeah, we did project him to come back week 10, so hopefully he does. So I'm counting on that. Candy State Trio says, should I trade Cooper Cup and DK for Diggs? Full PPR 10 team. I still have Higgins, Ayuk, Flowers, and Jay Palmer. I love me some Diggs.
Mm-hmm.
I can forgive you for getting rid of DK. As far as Cooper Cup, I'm only skeptical because one is back-to-back weeks that he did not produce, right? I'm coming to the realization for the Rams that it's like, hey, you need to pick a guy and that's it. Right? You need to pick, is it Cup? Is it Puka? Cup is getting the more targets out of this, but they're really just not producing. The offense is just not that good. If you go out there and get Diggs, an elite guy, especially if you're thinking for fantasy playoffs, go get Diggs. This is the guy you want. I'm 100% backing you up on this trade.
I would do it. Yeah.
Cool. I'm thinking late game now. I'm
Yeah.
thinking playoffs.
Yeah, I just hate giving up that much. We got a funny comment from Dizzle here. You think Lenny's noggin is gonna looking like Mr. Clean, squeaky clean, bald? Anywho, you think he put some ointment on that dome before putting the helmet on? Dizzle, I don't know where your head goes sometimes, man. I will never understand it. I would say there's probably a little bit of an ointment on there. That's my prediction. AJ,
Maybe like sunscreen, you know?
I would put
Like,
sunscreen on.
right? Like if you're wearing a
Yeah,
helmet on a hot day, you don't want like helmet holes, burning your head, right? I mean,
things bald people have to think about. It's rough out here.
John says, would you think it would be a good idea to trade Kittle for Ayuk? I have Kincaid stacked with Josh, and the Ayuk manager is starting Schultz with Puka Cup as his other wide receivers. Yes, I do believe that will be a great trade for you if you are receiving Ayuk. Um, I I hate pushing it because I always push it. I think you get a little bit more for Kittle, but I'll definitely do that swap, especially if you have that Kincaid out there.
Yeah, I like it.
Justin Chats Fighting says, hey guys, I traded Garrett Wilson and DK Metcalf for Devontae Smith, 3 first and 2 seconds dynasty. Damn, man, one QB full PPR.
I love
Gosh,
it.
dang, dude, that is awesome.
I love it.
Holy crap. Whoever you traded with, it must be like a huge, like, Aaron Rodgers truther. It's like, oh man, once Aaron Rodgers comes back, Garrett Wilson, that's the guy. That's going to
Yeah,
be the Justin
he's
Jefferson.
him.
That he's him. That's him. Dude, awesome trade, bro. Awesome. You definitely won that.
This says, who would you rather have rest of season, Olave or Tate Adams? Ooh, that's a good question there. I think I'm gonna go Olave. I'm just
Oh.
so worried about Devontae Adams. I know he's talented as heck, but if they can't get him the ball, I mean, one catch is just not good enough. I might go Olave here.
And also, you gotta think about it, right? Will Devontae Adams make a business decision towards the end of the season? Right? Will he get quote unquote injured towards the end of the season and not play the last few games to keep himself healthy for the following season where he hopes to be traded?
It could be a thing.
Right? Because
My back, coach.
will he pull Kawhi Leonard? He is not shy about letting people know, like, hey, I am not happy here. I don't like this. I want out. I came here for Derek Carr. He's not even here. Why am I here? So, yeah. Not bad. I think personally, I still go with Adams just because of the targets that he gets, but it is extremely risky with that. John says, I remember a lot of mishaps with Jimmy G and Emmanuel Sanders. Hey, that mishap cost us a Super Bowl. Cost us a Super Bowl. I'm going to leave it at that. Gabriel, we have a fan here, Reed.
A fan?
Yeah.
I knew Reed was Spider-Man.
You're so Spider-Man. Window Locker says, I gave Gibbs on Montgomery. Oh, I have Gibbs on Montgomery. Should I try to sell Gibbs?
You have both?
I think you should, but there's a possible chance of regret. There's a
I would trade Montgomery.
You would trade Montgomery?
Sorry to interrupt you. I would trade Montgomery.
Why is that?
I think they're both going to share the backfield. I think they'll both see a drop off, but at the end of the season, they'll lean more towards Gibbs, and that is going to be how you win the playoffs. That is my prediction. That is my spidey sense. That's my spidey sense that Gibbs at the end of the season will be the better option, but Gibbs' production will go down once Montgomery is healthy again. AJ,
I'm not going to question your Spidey sense.
it's 100% or
You've been 100% so far. Spidey's 100%. Reed is like at 64 now.
Whoa, Reed is not at 64% correct. No, how dare you? Dizzle says, AJ Dizzle, 8.3 HC went out there and spanked a +8 round Saturday. Your boy hit for a few bad 100-yard wedges, which cost me some strokes. Anywho, what's up with the anywho's? Going into the winter offseason, spanking it well. AJ?
Heck yeah, man. I go all iron, right? I don't have any carbon in my clubs, so I got all iron, so I feel every single thing. But yeah, you got to spank the heck out of that ball. You got to punish it, dude. Punish that ball and ask it for forgiveness when it's on the greens. So keep on killing it, bro. We got to go out there and hit the links. How did you know I play golf? Did we talk about that before?
I don't think so.
So that's his handicap. He was 8.3 handicap. Wow. Hey, good for you, man. These nuts, my name's Jeff. Send Jacobs and Sanders for JT. Send Jacobs and Sanders for JT. I'm willing to part ways with Miles Sanders. I'm not willing to part ways with Josh Jacobs. Look, he just had a great game. He did. An amazing game. So many rushing attempts, and then the passing. I like JT a lot. I'm not willing to part ways with Jacobs, so just not yet.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Try to get JT though. Try to pair up Miles Sanders with someone else.
Yeah, sell low or try to buy low first.
Justin Chats Fighting says they're win now, and I also have Ayuk, JSN, Higgins. Really feel good about my team. You see Smith and Jigba JSN creeping up in value. He did get that touchdown, so that's excellent on him. T Higgins, I haven't been a fan of him, but hopefully he does well for your sake. But hey, man, it looks like you're doing something right. I think that would be an absolute dub on your end if you go out there and get a Ute. John says, you think acquiring Amari Cooper would be a good idea, especially since DPJ got moved and leaves Cooper alone at the top, even with a bad QB play? I was even going to tell people to go and buy dirt cheap low on Elijah Moore just because of this happening. Absolutely, I do feel like Amari Cooper's production will increase slightly, right? But just enough for him to be considered to be talked about as a top 15 fantasy wide receiver. Yeah, a top 15. And the reason why we haven't seen so much of this is because of the BS injury excuses with Deshaun Watson. Like, dude, I need a massage.
Hurt.
Private massage. Don't come in. Don't look. But yeah, no, I think you should go out there and try to get a Mark Cooper. Don't overpay for a Mark Cooper, though. Go out there, go on and get him. These nuts, my name's Jeff. Says Spider-Man isn't Reed, it's Peter Parker. You're a fraud?
I am Peter Parker. Look, I have glasses. I was nerdy in high school. I am him.
He's him?
I'm the guy.
He's the guy.
Don't you dare do it. I can't. Dizzle says, I can't with Reed Spider-Man mask. Is Mary Jane ready to go?
You got to read it.
I'm not reading the rest of that one. Hopefully, there's a Mary Jane out there.
Is Mary Jane ready to go to Pound Town with you?
So we can be respectful towards one another. Dizzle, dirty mind.
Window Locker says he also has Kyron on IR. Excellent. Let's look back at what you were saying. It says, I have Gibbs, Monty. Should I try to sell? Oh, cool. If you got Kyron on IR, heck yeah, bro. Try to separate yourself.
I like that. Dizzle says that chick who picked up gifts into the stands last night, certified baddie alert. Wonder if he got her number after the game. I'm gonna say no.
I was honestly thinking the same thing, Dizzle. I was like, wow. Like I thought straight on he was going to rip off his helmet and maybe share a Spider-Man kiss. I don't know.
I haven't seen this actually.
You haven't seen this?
I was working all day on the fantasy
Dude,
thing, so I
this
didn't watch
chick
the game.
uses all her upper body strength. Like he does like a little leap on the crowd
Yeah.
and grabs him like, oh, like picks him up and like they lock eyes and then they change the camera. I was really curious to see what happened after that.
Wow.
Yeah, I really
Interesting.
hope something happened. I don't know. Sanders is cooked, my man. Uh, what's Sanders? Miles Sanders, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miles Sanders is absolutely done. But like I said, if you try to go out there and trade him, package him up with someone else to get JT, you're gonna win that like so well.
Dizzle says, yeah, we did, AJ. Iconic moment. I have it screen recorded. If you want to watch it back, you left then came back when you saw my comment. Sits iron 180 in there tighter than. All right, now we remember.
He screen recorded it.
You screen recorded it?
Oh my goodness. He watches it for motivation whenever he's about to tee off. He's like, okay, I gotta get pumped, gotta get ready. Hey, fun fact, Dizzle. In high school, I was actually in the golf team, and in a regional golf tournament in the Lozano Golf Course in Corpus Christi, Texas, I made a hole in one. And that was the first hole in one in high school history.
You talk about all the time.
No, I don't. I've already talked about this. But just let me have my moment, okay? It was the first hole in one in La Feria golf history. That's all I'm gonna say.
Very cool.
Can't question the Spidey sense. Who should I go for if I trade Monty? I have Herbert, Tua, Pollard, Ford, Hubbard, Gibbs, Monty, Chase, Puka, Downs, Kittle, Kincaid. Sorry, fat question. That's a pretty good team. That's a pretty darn good team. Who would I want to upgrade?
I would definitely trade away one of those quarterbacks, in my opinion. There's no reason for one of those guys to be sitting on your bench. Whichever one you want to trade away, trade away.
You can get someone good for that.
You can get a huge upgrade in wide receiver or running back. I would upgrade the running back, in my opinion.
Dude,
you said he was going to trade away Monty.
If he's trading away Monty,
or I said he.
Yeah, with a quarterback.
Yeah. Chase, Puka, Downs, Kittle, Kincaid. Chase, Puka, Downs, I think that's a solid wide receiver lineup. I imagine you have some other guys behind that. I think you maybe upgrade from Downs, even though I think Downs is a solid person. I would more focus on the running backs, in my opinion. Kittle, Kincaid definitely could be an upgrade there. I would trade away Kittle just because he's too inconsistent. He could have a 3-touchdown game, but some games he doesn't even get a touch. And you have Kyron on the IR. So that's another. You're correct. You have another running back. Yeah, I would definitely trade away Herbert or Tua. I would personally. AJ might disagree with me here. Trade away Herbert. I like to keep Tua and then upgrade either a running. I would personally try to upgrade the tight end position. Maybe I don't like having Kittle on my team. I'll never have Kittle on my team. It's just too consistent. I want a consistent points every single week. I think AJ would agree with me there as far as where you can upgrade. I think tight end is definitely where you could go. This says the GOAT Tugson has no respect for my bets on Browns to win the division. I'll get someone out there if he needs a rub. Oh, come on. What? Dizzle, you can't be doing that, man. You can't be. That's how we got in trouble in the first place, man. We can't be doing this. John says, I'm going to try to ship out Lockett for Cooper. Also, I want to move Addison and players you think I could try for 10 men, 0.5 PPR. So you're going to try to ship out Lockett for Cooper. And you want to move on from Addison. I kind of understand why when he move on from Addison. He has a hot hand right now, but it is potentially going to dip now that Kirk Cousins is hurt. So if you think that Addison is just not going to get any consistency moving forward, I understand a little bit trying to sell high on him now. Um, as far as shipping out Lockett for Cooper, I think that is an upgrade for you. Lockett, I like him as a fantasy player, but I think, as AJ was saying, Cooper has the long term potential now that DTR or whoever his name is gone. What do you feel about? He wants to move on from Addison. AJ, how do you feel about that?
I don't. If you want to move on for Addison, I'm definitely going to trade high because right now we're back to square one, right? Where no, actually, yes, I am down to move on from Addison.
Yeah,
I'm 100% down, but you got to trade high. I
yeah,
don't accept anything too low. This is not the same scenario as what we said before, with the guy who you want to trade for, which was don't tell me. It was a running back, Bijan Robinson. There you go. You want to trade Bijan Robinson? When I say don't accept anything too low there, get a good price on him. But as far as Addison, you got to sell high here. You can't accept anything too low because his time is ticking. He doesn't have a quarterback. Justin Jefferson will be coming back in a few weeks. He's just going to be totally irrelevant for fantasy football going forward. Go out there, separate from him right away. Do it now. Do it while you can, and get something good out of it. Cool. Sorry, I had trick or treaters.
huh?
I had trick or treaters.
You had trick or treaters. What'd you give him?
I gave him a crap ton of candy
Yeah.
and we got like little Rice Krispie bars and stuff like that. So
Wow,
yeah,
that's fun.
it was actually Gabriel. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? Guys, I don't get a lot of trick or treaters. Okay, so one of my buddies brings his daughter and his wife, and
that's cute. Yeah, I hope
they're
you
all
got a
dressed
lot
up.
of
We took a
candy.
picture.
Gotcha. All right. Dizzle says, yes, AJ, you have told the story one hole in one if we get
Wow.
our luck. So he says you've already done this. See, I told you he talks about it a lot. I told you guys. Reed, you have to be careful reading a Dizzle comment. Always sneaks in a little, you know what in there. Yeah, you always sneak in at the very end, just something completely inappropriate. Dizzle, you see the comment from Addison. Dad, dude, only been playing wide receiver for a few years. Has he really only been playing? I don't know his backstory from college.
I think he's a trick or treater before.
Oh, okay.
Windows says Kittle gives for Mark Andrews. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll definitely do that. If you got some depth out there in your running back position. Well, we've seen his team already. I like it.
Yeah, of course.
Liam, yo, I'm here, but I'm
Yo!
late. Liam, what's up, dude? I feel like I haven't
Happy
talked to you in a
Halloween.
while, dude. Happy Halloween. Laporta in 14th round as a keeper going to be juicy. Heck yeah, man. We told everyone to draft Laporta, and it was just
Where's
yeah.
this we?
Who said no?
I look at the Pope now.
You look like the Spider Pope. Congrats, AJ. Hey, thank you so much. Married, but I'm taking off the shelves, guys.
Dizzle says, "Do you guys have any dogs?" I do not have a dog. I'm potentially looking into buying a dog. We'll have to see. TBD. AJ?
Yes, I do have animals, dogs
Yeah.
and cats.
You still have the sugar glider?
No,
Oh.
I know. That was sad. John says, I was going to say every Halloween since I live right on the beach in Florida, we don't get that many trick-or-treaters, so we end up buying 4 bags, and first 2 groups get 2 bags. Dang, look at you. You got a oceanfront property out there in Florida? Dang, look at you, John. I see you. I need to go visit you for Halloween so I can get a whole bag of candy.
Drop
No,
Addy.
that was literally me last year. We bought a whole bag because that was going to be our first Halloween in the house.
Yeah.
We're first time homeowners, right? So this would be our first Halloween. We got a nice little basket. We got candy, the good candy too, the full size candy, because we want to be known as that house, right? And no one, nobody. I was so mad. That's sad at the same time, but jeez.
Dizzle says Boston Celtics winning the ship this year. That is said from a Boston fan. Do not believe any word he has to say. He is just completely mind wiped or whatever you want to say. Dizzle is calling me the Pope Peter Parker.
Tingley says, "Hey, oh, happy Halloween, Tingley. Thank you so much for showing up. This is kind of turning out to be more like a hangout sesh rather than a fantasy football, but I'm totally down for it. If you guys missed it, I was dressed up earlier. I was a little luchador,
You
but
stayed dressed up for 5 minutes, AJ.
I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it.
Look at me.
Hey, you're dedicated, man. I
Of course.
appreciate that." Liam says, "I still can't fathom the fact that I lost by .06 in two leagues.
Yeah, it was two of them.
Gosh, I
He
saw the
told
one with Vince.
he told us the one that during the live, and then that night he ended up losing to Vince by .06. That is absolutely rough. I told him the story about how I tied last year with somebody, and that stupid tiebreaker made me lose the game. But .06 twice the same week, that is rough. That is very rough.
Very, very rough." John says, "Now my parents, I just play fantasy football while I'm in college." Heck yeah, man. That's what's up.
Living the life.
Heck
Living the
yeah, dude.
life.
Dude, honestly, that was like my dream, right? To always live like right next to the water. Cause you know me, Reed. I love to fish, especially surf fishing. Surf fishing is so much fun. I want to
And
catch
you're
some
a
sharks.
lifeguard.
I was a lifeguard. I was,
You could
but
do it. You could do it again.
I don't know. I retired that body.
No.
uh oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Dizzle hurt his knee this morning on his run. Looked like an old man running out there today, stiffening it up through the day outside my knee. Any suggestions on how to get it right? No days off. How to get it? I don't know. I think just walk it off, buddy. That was always my motto whenever I got hurt back in during my athlete days. Yeah, man, just walk it off.
So from a guy that gets injured quite a bit, try to get a massage in. And a massage gun is what I use. I have a lot of shoulder issues, icy hot. Do it throughout the night, and you got to stretch. You got to wake up earlier and
No.
stretch.
He's leading the long way. Every time I ever got injured back in my athlete days, it was always when I stretch. Never stretch. It's a bad idea. Don't do it.
You got to stretch.
Don't do it.
You got to stretch.
It's a trick.
You got to stretch.
I'm like Ocho Cinco.
Yeah.
So hey, eat McDonald's every day.
Oh, I can't believe you did that. You still look like that. Leo says, "I beat Vince by .3 LOL, just by .06 and two other ones."
Oh, okay.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. You did beat Vince. That's a crazy week in fantasy for you, man. A lot of close games.
Henry Segal says, "Can you guys rank these tight ends in PPR for me? David Njoku, Trey McBride, Taysom Hill, and Cole Kmet." Oh, jeez.
That's hard.
I got a similar question like this earlier. It was Trey McBride, David Njoku, and Cole Kmet. It was the same without Taysom Hill, but I added. Is this the person I was talking to earlier? I added Taysom Hill to the equation here. So I want to go Trey McBride first, right? Trey McBride's number one as far as ranking these guys. Taysom Hill is like that firecracker. He's the unicorn. He's the unicorn for fantasy football. I don't know. I really don't even know how to rank him. We had 3 games consecutively with 20 plus points, but he doesn't get any receptions. He steals rushing touchdowns, and he'll throw the ball a few times. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I want to go. I'm stuck here. I'm gonna go McBride first
for the next 3 weeks.
For the next 3 weeks, and then I'll probably go. Commit. And I'm stuck between Hill and Njoku. I just don't like if Taysom Hill's going to be consistent. I'm ranking Taysom Hill 1 or 2. This is just too hard to put Taysom Hill in this equation here. F it. I want to go with what I know, what I'm going by. I want to go Trey McBride, Taysom Hill, Cole Kmet, David Njoku. That's what I'm going.
I'm going to 100% agree with you there, AJ.
That was extremely hard for me. I just don't like throwing Taysom Hill into the equation. You guys might say like, "Oh, this guy's dumb," but honestly, I was like, "Hey, you know what? I need a. I have Zach Ertz. He got injured. Instead of picking up McBride, I picked up Taysom Hill, and he gave me 22 points. Just because you're following that trend and their play style, and you're watching how they play. Hopefully, they keep it up. I don't think they will though.
Dizzle says we tearing it up on Battlefield in MW3 in a few weeks. I probably won't be buying it. I'm not really too interested in the new COD. But hey, hit us up on Madden. Me and AJ will beat any of you guys' butts in Madden, right, AJ?
Oh, for sure. Oh, if you change your mind, Reed, just send us your gamer tag. We're huge gamers. We don't play as much as we used to, but just because of the podcast, honestly.
Yeah.
Liam says, I had 1% chance of going into last night's against Vince, but I had Laporta and Gibbs. Vince had Jacoby, so the boys clutched up. Heck yeah, dude. Everyone loves a comeback story. Ice Trade Gaming says, should I trade Keenan Allen for Jay Jettas and Mixon? Ooh, what do you do here now that Kirk Cousins out for the rest of the season?
I should have sold Justin Jefferson when I could. Damn, I just realized that. I just declined your trade, AJ.
You did decline my trade.
I feel like an idiot.
Because you're being petty. That. You're being petty.
It wasn't that good of a trade.
It was a good. We asked Vincent, and Vincent was like, "Wow, that's a pretty good trade."
I didn't like it.
Oh
I think I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I would keep Keenan Allen.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting a top wide receiver. You have a top wide receiver as it is. If you absolutely need the depth, if you're losing games, I still wouldn't do it. I try to keep Keenan Allen. Right now, Jay Jettas is just a liability.
He's not going to come back anytime soon. They're going to wait till he's 100%, not 99%. He's going to wait till they're 100% healthy before Jay Jettas comes back. Dizzle says, just walk it off, Reed. Lick my gooch. He did not like my little advice for him, but Tingley agrees with me. He says, gotta rub some dirt on it, Dizzle. Come on,
no,
man.
You said walk it off. You did not say rub some dirt on it.
I think rubbing dirt on it is worse. Dizzle says, where the TF is Vince the Prince been lately? Probs found himself a nice young lady and going to town on the daily. Can't blame him. He is focusing on school right now, being the responsible adult. He will join us when he is finished with school, but he's still on our videos whenever we predict games. So check us out on Thursdays and you can see Vince again. AJ?
About what, Vince?
Oh, read the comment. Sorry.
Oh, Footslayer 10 says concerns with Cup and Puka going forward. 100% there's concerns. We've seen that offense just struggle for. I mean, I didn't think it was a good offense coming into the season, but definitely going to be concerning about them because they can't decide who's going to be the guy. In that offense, it has to be running through one guy and one guy being an assistant. Last game, we saw Cooper Kupp with 10 freaking targets with 4 receptions. And we saw Puka with 7 targets with 5 receptions. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit whatsoever. I'm going to hold them a little bit, but definitely concerning them, I'm going to try to trade Puka away. Sorry, Puka. Thank you for your service, but you're out of here.
I like it.
Mega Brick says, full PPR, start 3. We got Jalen Waddle. We're starting him. Josh Palmer, Godwin, T. Higgins, and Dotson. I know a lot of people are interested in Dotson because of the Curtis Samuel injury. I'm not going to fall for it. He did have an awesome week last week. What happened? What?
The Commanders are going against the Patriots next week, man. That's a good matchup for Dotson.
I know, but they spread that ball out more than butter on toast, dude.
Yes, that is true.
We got to start 3 here. I'm going Waddle for sure.
My next is Godwin.
I knew that was coming. Are we giving Palmer another chance?
No, throw him out of there. Get. No,
for real?
Palmer. No. It's either T. Higgins or Dotson. I'm going Dotson. Mine is Josh Palmer, Godwin, Dotson. What do you got, AJ?
F it, dude. Let's go Dotson. They're throwing the ball way too much out there. And so, yeah, we're going to go Waddle, Godwin, Dotson here. Liam says, I have the 5th most points in my 14-man league, but I'm 10th. Y'all think I need to make changes or am I just getting unlucky? I lost the last 3 weeks by less than 10 points combined. It's obviously a little bit. It's very unfortunate when it comes to that. I mean, it happens to all of us. It happens to a lot of people in the league. If you're 10th right now, I mean, you should be fine if you have the fifth most points. Honestly, if you're trying to make changes, do so. But I mean, that's why we're here. I know you asked us a whole bunch of questions on Discord, which we absolutely love. So we can help you guide through it. But I'm not going to be worrying too much if you're producing points. You just got to put up the right matchups. Team Lee says, would y'all trade Kamara for Diggs and Pollard? PPR? 100%. 100%. I'm taking that trade. Easy.
Yeah, that's just too much. Yeah, I would go for the trade. I don't like giving up Kamara though.
I want to welcome Gargle to the Discord. He just joined, or
Ooh.
she just joined. Sorry if I'm mistaken you. But guys, we do have a Discord. We answer questions on the Discord all times of day, all times of night. A lot of our subscribers are on there, so they help each other out as well. The link is in the description. It's absolutely free. We get to talk fantasy football all the time. But yeah, I'm taking that trade 100%. John says, yeah, only real Packers fan play Minecraft.
You leave Minecraft alone,
Were
sir.
you talking about Minecraft?
When was he talking about Minecraft?
So were you talking about Minecraft?
Me?
Yeah.
I never said Minecraft. I said Madden.
Someone Gargle sent a GIF of some Lakers, some Shaq and Kobe's.
Interesting.
So what was the trade you declined, Reed?
It was Gibbs and somebody else, wasn't it?
I was trading him Derrick Henry and Jameer
Oh,
Gibbs for Jay Jettas.
I didn't like it.
I thought it was a really good trade for him. Watch Dobbs just be good as Kirk Cousins, LMAO. Honestly, Dobbs has the opportunity. So I'm not hating on it. But the only reason why we're still selling on Addison is because Justin Jefferson's coming back. And he's just going to demand the target share. The only reason why I like Dobbs more than Cousins because Cousins and Justin Jefferson had that connection prior. Window Locker says Tua and Downs for Diggs and Sutton. Yeah. Because you have Chargers quarterback Herbert, right? Window, if you have Chargers quarterback Herbert, I'm definitely doing this. I would love to get Stephon Diggs on my team. Sutton is just, it's a slight increase, but you want to get Diggs. He's elite. Anthony Gonzalez says, I got Gibbs and they are offering Cup. You taking this, Reed?
I got Gibbs and they're offering Cup. I'm taking that. Yeah, I'm taking that. I believe Cooper Cup is going to be good in the long run. Matthew Stafford will come back from his injury, and he will start lighting Cup up. I believe in Cup.
I think I'm gonna have to agree here. You're not gonna see, a profit right away, but later on in the season, you're gonna be like, I'm so glad I made this trade because Gibbs is sharing the backfield again with Montgomery, and Cup is the clear-cut wide receiver one once again. Instead of Sutton, he could do Mixon as whoa, yes. If you do Diggs and Mixon for Tua and Downs, that is a huge, huge, huge win for you with a Puka on top. That's nice. Mega Brick says, I have 2 running backs on bye. Need to stream one from waiver wire. Full PPR. Which is the best option? Darrell Henderson, Royce Freeman, or Justice Hill? Ooh, this is tough. Tough. I think I wouldn't have to go with Darrell Henderson. Darrell Henderson is not the popular pick because Royce Freeman got that touchdown last week. I just want to look at some stats. See, he got 12 rushing attempts last week. I like that. I like the 12 rushing attempts with 3 targets. That's okay. If you look at what's his name, Freeman, let's look what he got. Let's compare it real quick. Looking at Royce Freeman, he has 9 rushing attempts with no targets. So I'm definitely going Darrell Henderson, 100%. Who are they going up against? The
They're going
Packers.
against the Packers, which is a good option for running backs.
Yep, going Darrell Henderson, 100%. So thank you for the question. Just want to say we're getting some notifications here. Just want to give a proper thank you to Justin Chats Fighting. He just subscribed to our channel, so thank you so much. Welcome to the NSP What do we call ourselves? NSP Faithfuls?
NSP Nation.
NSP Nation. Uh, Jacob Danner says 14 team, half PPR. He's 5-3. He has Lamar, Hall, DeMarcado, Amar Ron, Waddle, Garrett Wilson, Goddard, and have Watson on the bench. Trade Waddle for Bijan and Moss, JT and Moss, or neither. Can possibly trade Moss for wide receiver 2. I would hate to give up Waddle, but you do need help for wide receivers. I'm not interested in Moss whatsoever. I'm interested in JT over Moss. If you have to make that trade, honestly, I would just try to get a Garrett Wilson for Bijan, and I think you'd be pretty solid there. But if you want to make this trade, I want Bijan and JT. I don't want Moss and JT. I don't want Bijan and Moss. I want Bijan and JT. I got no interest in Moss.
I like it.
Jacob says, subbed and left a like. Heck yeah, Jacob. Thank you so much for joining NSP Nation. We go live all the freaking time. We really do. So thank you so much. We also have a Discord. The link is in the description if you want to hit that up. We answer more fantasy questions on there. Liam says, this is my roster in that 14-man league. QBs are Herbert, Minshew, Deshaun. Dang, 3? Okay. Jacob, Saquon, Mixon, Foreman, Spears, wide receivers, Keenan, Zay, Downs, JSN, tight ends, Kincaid, Jonathan Smith. You have a really good roster. This is kind of a really good roster for a 14-man league. I like that a lot. You're doing some good work, my man. John says, we'll agree Dobbs has a better OC, but true. Yeah. Like I said, I do feel like Dobbs and Kirk are the same style QB. Dobbs could potentially be better, but just getting that chemistry with those wide receivers, it takes some time. Leo says, also, would you start Flowers next week? My alternatives are Downs or JSN. I'm honestly not going to start JSN. I think that touchdown saved him last week. I like Flowers. I think he's still a must-start guy, but now I'm saying that Josh Downs is a must-start guy going forward as well. If we're looking at Downs' stats this past week, this is what we see, right? Josh Downs, he had 9 targets with 7 receptions, no touchdowns, and I like that a lot. I mean, this guy is consistently 8 targets 3 weeks ago, 6 targets last week, 9 targets this past Sunday. This guy is getting the job done. He's the wide receiver 1. And if we're looking at your other guy, which is Flowers, I know he's coming off a bad week. He's still good. I like him. Zay Flowers, 8 targets 3 weeks ago, 6 targets last week, 7 targets this past Sunday. I just think Downs is being more productive with his catch. So I'm going Downs slightly over Zay Flowers.
I like Downs. Yep.
Mark Yosko says, I have Evan Ingram, but he is on bye. That's the other guy. The Jaguars, the team's on bye. How much fab should I drop on McBride? This is a must-win game. I have 200 fab. Man, did you not spend anything? How much do you start off with? Because that just it determines how much you should spend. Also, in your league as well, how much is the average spent on people like that? Because in our league, not a lot of people put fab on him. So I'll personally put like $6 on McBride because I think that's a pretty fair trade. But if you have 200, this is an absolute must win. Like I said, I can't.
10 to 15, I would drop.
That's what I was gonna say, but it's just kind of hard to gauge, right? You still have a lot of fab, so don't be afraid to drop some. We're already going late in the season. Remember, this does not carry over the following season.
Yep, gotta use it when you got it.
Amon Celtics PPR League, I traded Swift, McLaurin, and D Hop for ETN Devontae Smith. Was this a good trade? I think so. Yes, sir. 100%. I love myself some Travis Etienne. It is kind of tough. Like you're biting your finger right on Swift, but I love Etienne. This is a guy that you're starting every single week. Devontae Smith, you're going to see him getting more and more consistent. I like him in that offense. I take him slightly over McLaurin. And as far as D-Hop, I'm not too impressed. Awesome week last week, but 3 touchdowns?
Not going to happen again.
For 4 targets?
Not
4 targets. Yeah, I mean, I'm not willing to bet on a guy rest of the season that has 4 targets.
Well, I think also he only had 4 targets because they were scoring such big plays. Also, I think you have to put that into consideration. But yes,
Just say you're the biggest D Hop fan, Reed.
I don't like D Hop. I've consistently said don't start him most of this year.
Foot Slayer says CMC or Eckler rest of the season. I feel like you can't go wrong with either or. I'm probably gonna go. Uh, I hate doing this, right? Because I'm a little biased. I'm probably gonna go CMC. We've seen him 17 straight games with a touchdown, and I think he wants to break the record. Right now, he's tied for the record. I think he wants to break it.
I would go CMC. Yep. Dizzle here's with a joke. Would you spend the rest of your fab on Philip Rivers? Heard he's coming back. Come on, get out of here, Dizzle. This is a serious fantasy chat.
Hey, no, this is serious
Well,
because there's rumor, right, that the
is he even
Niners
available?
that yes, that Niners might go out and purchase, Philip Rivers.
So I can find Philip Rivers on the sleeper app.
You may be able to.
He's retired.
Rivers. I don't see him.
Yeah, you can't. You literally can't. No, I see him.
You do? See him?
Yeah, Philip Rivers is
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
yeah.
He's on a bye week.
Yeah, he's currently on the bye week. He's retired. Don't spend any fab on him.
Imagine like
It's a roster spot you're also spending. Don't do it.
Brock Purdy gets hurt. The Niners need a quarterback.
Oh
They
God.
purchase Philip Rivers. You're telling me you're not going to buy Philip Rivers?
Don't do it.
But my league is very competitive. Assuming if I sell Addison, I'd say Garrett Wilson or even Pittman would be my only options. I would probably go with Garrett Wilson over Pittman. I think Garrett Wilson's a little more consistent because he continues to get the targets. Window agrees with CMC.
I don't watch Netflix. I haven't had a Netflix account my whole life.
I can't remember the last thing I saw on Netflix. I don't know.
Was it quarterbacks?
It was quarterbacks. That was the last thing I saw. That and Johnny Manziel,
Mm.
which Johnny Manziel is horrible, dude. John says, also, would it be a good idea for me to put a pic of my team in the Discord to get some help and even see who I should move? John,
Everybody does it.
everybody does it.
Let's see your team. Send your whole league if you want.
I was about to tell him, like, we have some people that send the picture of their whole league and their teams, and they're like, what should I do? So we do it all. We're a small channel. We're trying to grow. So being a sub helps us out tremendously.
Dizzle says, Reed, wake up, man. You look like you're falling asleep over there. Oh, Dizzle, I think it's time for your bedtime, buddy. Isn't it? Don't you have a run to go on tomorrow? Oh, wait, you don't have a run to go tomorrow because you're hurt right now. Get off my back, dude.
Dude, I thought Disney was your guy.
He's coming after me, man. If he's gonna come after me, I'm snap back at him.
Ray says, thoughts on Gibbs? He took me from 0-6 to 2-6. What a dog. Yeah, I like Gibbs a lot. I'm just afraid what happens whenever Monty comes back. I think that production just absolute falls. But we saw it. We saw it last week. You start Gibbs and good. I mean, that dude is good. That dude's awesome. So I'm just afraid whenever Monty comes back. If Derrick Henry doesn't play, are we playing Spears in half PPR? If Derrick Henry doesn't play, we're 100% playing Spears. 100%. Njoku, Kincaid, Thomas, Ferguson, McBride, or Schultz for tight end. I'm just throwing out options. I'm going to go McBride. No, sorry. I'm going to go Kincaid and McBride as your first two options. After that, you're probably going to look at Ferguson and Thomas. But Kincaid first, McBride. Get those two guys first. Rave says, Liam, Henry playing for sure.
I like it.
AJ, thoughts on Niners getting Young for a third? Niners scam the Commanders, in my opinion. You see, that's where it gets better. The Niners absolute finesse them. They did not get him for a third. They got him for what do you call that? A compensatory
pick.
Yes, that. So in other words, the Niners are paying less or about $500,000, which is super cheap, for Young, which is absolutely nothing in the NFL, for a third round pick after the Commanders traded Sweat for a second round pick. So we just finessed them. But if Young was like, hey, you know what? I enjoyed my time here. I'm going to go enjoy free agency. I'm out of the Niners organization after this ordeal. The 49ers get their third round back, but they get that third round for the 2025 draft. So it's like we didn't miss anything. We absolutely finessed them. It was disgusting. It was, oh my gosh. Good for you, John Lynch. It was crazy. I love it. I can't believe it. It's awesome.
And Liam says, and Reed, thoughts about Packers getting fleeced for Douglas? Yeah, we absolutely got fleeced. I don't understand trading a third, getting a third and giving away Douglas in a fifth. You basically got a fourth. Douglas was having a great season, and he was on a good contract. Jair's has a back injury. Our other corner, Eric Stokes, who had just came back from a year injury, got put right back on IR after one game out after just playing special teams. So we don't have him. And then you trade away Rasul Douglas. It doesn't make any sense to me. And we suck at Gutekunst, our GM, has never hit in the third round. We always miss on the third round picks. Why would you get another third round pick? We miss every single year. I'm done. This one says, hey, Reed, lick my gooch, pal. I'll be hitting that fan bike in the morning. 20 minutes, going to be sweating and shining like a playoff Lenny's big bald head. Anywho, have a nice night, lads. Great as always. Hey, we love you here, Dizzle. I just love to talk crap. All right.
Rafe says, D-Hop, London, or Rashee Rice? Oh, that's gross.
That is a tough situation right there. AJ, I'm going to pass this one to you.
Why? Honestly, I think I'm gonna go Rice. This is not my favorite guy, Rashee Rice here. I don't like this.
I don't like it either.
I don't like this one bit. Honestly, I'm gonna go D-Hop. I'm going D-Hop.
But
I'm going D-Hop.
It's a short week, and that's what makes me especially not like it.
Compensatori.
Oh,
thank you, Dizzle. He's so smart.
A Jizzle, he called you.
A Jizzle. I like that. A Jizzle. Reed, you don't have a cool name like that.
I'm Peter Parker.
Well, we just hit the end of our comments, Reed. We've been on for about an hour and a half, so it's been a good one.
Yes, sir.
Hottest team in the NSP League, baby. 3 in a row. Heck yeah, Liam. Good for you. Linda says, appreciate the advice, guys. Good night. Hey, appreciate you guys joining here live. I will be hitting up the Discord in quite a bit. So we do see some of our guys like John here. He does have some questions out there. So please feel free to give him your advice as well. So you get some different perspectives out there. But I'm going to go out there. I'm going to put my 2 cents in as well. But thank you guys. Reed, thank you for joining us here.
Liam says, Reed, let's trade, man. You need to change after last week's loss. Hey, I'm always up to hearing trades. You got to give me something nice, though. I don't listen to bad trades. I'll give you Cook Fried Jacobs. Well, get out of here. What did I just say? Boys, have a great rest of your night. Hey, you as well, sir. You hit that bike in the morning. Rafe says out. Someone traded Swift in London for Cup. Oh my God.
All right, my wife's staring at me, so I gotta go.
All right.
Well, thank you all so much.
AJ, I sent you a trade.
Oh, I'll check it out right now.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much, and until next time, keep on grinding. I'll think about it.